Hello and welcome to my garage. Just a quick video for you today to show the technique I use for removing and replacing a wheel bearing. The brand new bearing is with me already. It's been in the freezer for a couple of days, but before we fit that, let's get started on removing the old bearing from its housing. This is the bearing that I'm working on. It's actually off one of the wheels on my trailer, and you can hopefully see in here you've got a circlip going around the bearing, and then there's the bearing inside. So to start off with, let's get this circlip removed with a pair of circlip pliers. So just before I remove the circlip, I have got a pair of safety glasses on. I'll hopefully be able to do this so you can see it as well. So I've got the pliers there. I'm just going to hook that in and then just carefully lift this out. They do have a tendency to sort of spring away, so just ease that out. Next we come to removing the actual bearing. I think this is sort of fairly tight in, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use this blowtorch just to go around the edge of that hole, just to heat it up a little bit, which hopefully makes removing a little bit easier. So I'm just going to go around for about a minute or so and just heat that up. So that's now got it slightly warm. I haven't sort of overdone it, just given it a little bit of a warm up. So now I'll flip it over, and this bearing pushes out from the top. So what I've got an impact socket that sort of fits over the metal part of the bearing. We don't want to strike this sort of rubber part, even though we're not reusing the bearing. It's still better to strike the metal part to get it out. So this will then go on. I've just got quite a large soft face mallet, so I'll give this a tap and see if it wants to move. I can see the bearing has started to move down. So you can see part of the bearing has actually fallen off there already, the bottom seal. But we're nearly out, so let's just carry on a bit more. A bit more of the bearings come off. I think that's now the bearing out. So it wasn't in terrible condition, but it did feel a little bit sort of wobbly in the middle part there. So now with the bearing out, we can look at the inside of this face. Be careful, so I can feel that this part is still hot. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give that a very quick clean up, just with a cloth, I think, and then we'll look at getting the new one pressed in. The new bearing's still in the freezer, so I've left it to get as cool as I can before I fit it. And I will just give this part one more warm up before we put the new one in, and just a little smear of some grease on the inside face there. Hopefully you can see the inside race of that bearing of the hub does look pretty good actually. Okay, so we've got our new bearing out the freezer all ready to fit. I'm just going to put a small smear of grease again. It's cooled down a bit now, so I'm just going to put a small smear of grease just around that inner face, just to help that slide in. And then as before, I'm just going to warm up the hub before we put the new bearing in. So the new bearings here, it's been in the bag with a bit of very light oil in to stop it getting any rust on it. Let's just see. I'm hoping this may just drop straight in. Not quite, but what I'll do, I'll just give that a tap down with a soft hammer. So you'll be able to see there we've got the bearing most of the way in just by tapping it with the mallet. I'm now going to put a socket on there to push it in just a bit more. So the same as we did when we took it out, we don't want to strike this rubber part, but this aluminium socket should just sit over the top. Just getting it in those the last few millimetres. just heard the pitch of the hammer change when I hit that one. I think that is now the bearing all the way down inside, so we can look at getting that circlip back on. So we've got our circlip here again. I've just got the safety specs on just in case, because these can sort of spring up and catch you unawares. So I'll get it sort of most of the way down to the hole. I'll just get these lines on there and just squeeze that in. Try and get one end in first, and then we'll just, yeah, that's sat in there quite nicely, I think. There we are. So you can see the circlips. So it's gone back in, and it's sort of nice and even all the way around, and it's well down inside its channel. All that's left for me to do now is to fit the hub back onto the trailer, and that's the job done. As always, if you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate to get in touch, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It's October 2021 now, so for me the race season is over, but I hope you're doing some more videos over the winter when we carry out some more jobs on the race car. Many thanks, bye.